What's up? Today, we will examine the impossible geometric precision of 1819 and find out, how was this possible?
Hello everyone, and welcome to Fort Morgan. It's a recent Starfort I visited. We have a date that they give us of 1819 to 1834. And inside here you can kind of see something else is going on, it seems.
We'll let this genius explain what he thinks this something else that was going on is.
I think one of the main questions that should be asked is, how is this accomplished? 1819, they just went and got, I think, around, say, 2,000 to 3,000 slaves.
And how could the primitive cavemen of 1819 and their even more primitive slaves ever accomplish such an extraordinary feat of geometric precision?
Walk around and you find things that really don't make sense as far as how the brick is turned.
It doesn't make sense because the brick hasn't turned, genius.
And what everything looks like in this geometric, precise Starfort.
A 4-year-old can make the same type of geometric precision with Lego bricks, my friend.
So a period over 15 years, you're just going to randomly go get some slaves and put this immaculate building together.
They're just gonna randomly go get some slaves. 1819, Georgia, the deep south of America. Where the hell are they gonna find slaves at?
What are these bricks doing?
What are these bricks doing, dog?
They look like they've changed from heat. Some kind of different event that they're talking about.
No, they don't look like that. Where's the vitrification? He's not going to show us any vitrification. And I guarantee this meltologist doesn't even know what that word means.
Was this actually something that was built in the early 1800s, or was it founded?
Founded. Like the people back then, the cavemen of 1819, when they found something, they were like, hey guys, look what I founded.
You've got these with brick internals. And just comparing to the next one to it, it's covered. But the whole thing has brick internals. And what are bricks? They've been proven to store energy. Brick batteries.
Brick batteries. Now, these con men, these truthers, really latched onto the brick batteries thing, which is a very recent breakthrough where you take bricks, which are very porous and have iron-rich material in them from the clay, and you expose them to a plastic vapor, which I think they call it P-dot, and it polymerizes the entire inside and outside of the brick, sort of like nanofibers, and it reacts with the iron inside the brick, and then they coat it with epoxy to make it waterproof and keep everything inside. And then then it can be used as a sort of a battery to store electricity. You can guarantee that none of these bricks in this building, or any of the bricks in the various buildings of the entire world, have been subjected to this polymerization, to this nano vapor technology. And if they were, they'd be completely black. They wouldn't still be red or yellow. But when has a con man, grifter, cult leader ever cared about the truth? And how many of these truthers out there are really interested in the truth? Zero.
They name tons of this stuff batteries.
There are like 5 batteries at this fort. It has nothing to do. It's where they have multiple weapons It's like these people have never heard like the terms assault and battery, a battering ram, bruised and battered. It's not about like a 9-volt battery. It's
So what was the real purpose of this? Look at the entrance, the first tunnel.
oh my, look at this
precision.
entrance.
Why would you ever
Geometric
do that
precision.
back in 1819?
Why?
Just because it was a style back then?
Why would you ever build something in 1819? Like, what was the point of having buildings that were square or having an archway in 1819? What? Freaking cavemen, they can't do that. It's just bricks. It's like I could see if you're talking about like the polygonal masonry you find throughout South America or ancient European, what they call Cyclopean masonry, where you're like, how the hell did they do that? These are just bricks. Most of these starforts are really just brick and earth, just like retaining walls. It's not high tech.
So you have this immaculate structure, tons of brick. What did they say? How did they cut these bricks?
How did they cut these bricks? Oh, this is where we're gonna see the level of this man's genius. He's gonna explain to us how you cut bricks in 1819.
Good old chisel and grinding work. Hand cranked or foot cranked. Take your pick. But that's the actual narrative they give us.
That is not anyone's narrative of how they make bricks, dude. You put the wet clay and sand in a mold, then you drop it out of the mold and you let it dry, and then you cook it in a kiln where it slightly vitrifies and becomes solid. You don't grind bricks. You may have to cut a few bricks, but you can cut a brick with just your trowel that you're using for the mortar. You can do it right on the spot when you got to make an angle or something. It's the narrative they tell us.
Say they be used for cannons or gun mounts or whatever. What actually changes the brick to look like this?
That's not brick you're seeing in there, buddy. That's like a concrete. And then they stack bricks on top of it.
It's some kind of cataclysm that we haven't been taught.
A cataclysm we haven't been taught turned some of the bricks into concrete and some of the bricks into granite, as we'll soon see, I'm sure.
Completely devastated right here.
Completely devastated right there. Dude, your brain cells are completely devastated. It's concrete, dude. It's not transformed bricks from a cataclysmic heat event that only changed some of the bricks.
So I have to make fun of this picture a little bit. This is one of the guns, supposedly, in the battery there, or whatever they call it, but... Alright. Well, do you need a whole cart for this one shell?
Dude, that one shell weighs at least 90 pounds.
To me, I think one of these guys right here could probably handle maybe max 2 guys. So you're gonna cart this one shell all the way over here, then there's steps. So, maybe if this thing was huge, I could see some kind of a cart.
It's pretty big. And it's 90 pounds in pretty compact size. And you got to get it up inside that big gun there.
But I'm no expert at or anything else, but this doesn't make sense right here. Like, how lazy you got to be to cart this one shell around.
How lazy you gotta be. This soy boy, soft mama's boy, ain't never worked a hard day of labor in his life. If he's calling these dudes in this picture lazy because they're working smart and not hard, trying to carry a 90-pound shell around and picking it up off the ground and hoisting it up over their heads. And
so in past videos, I've shown multiple examples of what I think these are just the brick lines left over, not bore hole or drill hole, from quarrying. I think the cataclysm just made it look like this. It just hasn't completely covered up. It's just on this one side here. I didn't see them on any other huge granite blocks. This was the only one, but look at the spread.
You can say.
So what he's saying here is that granite block was made out of bricks, and those lines you're seeing are where the mortar was, and it just didn't fully form into granite yet. But that's meltology, guys.
Tell that all this was brick up here. You see all the lines, indentions, and what it transitioned to right here.
It's concrete with a layer of cement on top, and you can see where the bricks were laying on the cement. It's concrete, dude. If it could turn bricks into granite, how come sometimes it just turns it into concrete? And why is it so selective? Why isn't the entire fort concrete and granite?
And back then, look at this geometric precision, exactness. You're going to do all this in 1819? And many Starforts are even supposedly older than that.
1819? Like I said earlier, a 4-year-old can make geometric precise designs with Lego bricks. They're gonna do that in 1819? My God.
And you're on a peninsula. On sand.
And they were on a peninsula. Like, you can't get supplies to the peninsula because there's sand and it's in the ocean. You can't get no ships there. You can't get through the sand.
And I didn't get to see everything there. The mosquitoes it was hell, actually. So I was short about an hour. I had to get out of there. And that's another thing. How are they going to be prepared for war, and then you're getting just ate up with mosquitoes?
So my man here is saying the official narrative that this is a fort doesn't make any sense. Because how could soldiers handle getting bitten by mosquitoes during a war? Okay, well, if you think that was bad, let's check out some of these comments. Founded. Unga bunga, look what I found buried in the mud, guys.
As soon as you figure out the universe is electric, this makes much more sense.
Damn!
This is a great example of a transportation hub. Track system, then the plug holes, where you'd have Eiffel Tower type structures to dock and charge airships. Good stuff, bro. Keep it up. The complexity of the fabricated narrative is terrifying. The amount of effort and coordination to implement such a narrative is equally terrifying. What an outstanding location, Mark. Mind-boggling content like always. Thank you. Pray, love. Magnifying glass brick turns to brick. Drink a beer. Because of people like you, people like us are beginning to see. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It wasn't possible in 1819, but it was in 1700 prior to the mud flood reset. The most useful and instructive video I've seen so far. Notice how they have 2 amphitheaters.
Yes, exactly. You were there. Do you really think those were little amphitheaters? Are you really that dumb? Or are you just pretending to agree because you are a con man grifter?
Very enjoyable tour. Those granite steps were for giants. It's as if these were all important structures. Seems they had the same builders.
And the giants crawled through the entrance tunnel and had to stoop down and squeeze through the doorways.
All the star shapes look like they are designed to break up tsunami waves. Once you realize 3D printing is an ancient technology, a lot more makes sense. Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, brick and mortar walls look 3D printed to you?
It's way beyond 3D printing.
Stacking bricks on top of each other is way beyond 3D printing?
Plasma do? Geometrically precise. Lots of laughs, wow. Like laser etched.
Yes. Laser etched bricks held together with laser etched mortar.
Mark, it seems like after the cataclysm is when all these annoying bugs like mosquitoes were introduced. In my opinion, it's just another way to make the suffering go on even further. Also seems like they just been letting us get all nice and cozy, and when the harvest is ripe, it seems the recent cataclysm protocols take over. Wash, rinse, and repeat. I'm planning on exodus out of here, bro. Plasma vitrification pole shift no shield from suns.
And yet, there is 0 vitrification at the site.
My guess is these forts are part of the old kingdom known as Tartaria.
That's because you are an idiot.
I've never gone down the Starfort Trail. What's their narrative as to why they're all shaped like perfect geometric stars?
In short, they defended against cannon fire better. That's basically it. I feel dumb just repeating that narrative. That's because you are dumb.
Lots of laughs. Well, I feel dumb just reading that narrative, so I guess I've joined your club.
The Dumb Club.